many cruisers, a boat just doesn't feel like home unless there's a cat on board. And yes, having a cat on your boat does add some complications, but it's nothing you can't manage with a little bit of thought. Hi there, I'm Carolyn Sherlock, and on this episode of the Boat Galley Podcast, I'll share the best trips one cruiser told me about living with a cat on your boat. Today's episode of the Boat Galley Podcast is sponsored by Mantis Marine, makers of the Mantis Anchor, now available in models with and without a roll bar. Proven to set reliably in the most challenging bottoms, the Mantis Anchor digs in like no other, making anchoring safer and boating more enjoyable. Their newest product is a wonderful, fantastic molded dinghy. Strongly suggest you take a look at it. Mantis Marine brings to market practical, durable, and affordable marine products. Please visit mantismarine.com and see for yourself. So let's talk about having a cat on a boat. We've talked a lot before about having a dog on board, basically because we had a dog. But I got a lot of questions about cats, but I don't have a cat. A reader, however, actually a little over 10 years ago, gave me a bunch of information about cats. And so, thanks to Chrissy, I can now answer some of the most frequently asked questions. Let's start by saying lots and lots of boats have cat aboard. Probably more full-timers than weekenders, since it's relatively easy to leave a cat at home for a weekend. But I'm positive that more boats that we've met in our cruising had cats than dogs, and we saw a lot of dogs. If you're wondering about the general feasibility of taking your cat on the boat, it is 100% possible. You obviously know your cat the best and have a feel for how she or he would do aboard. But in general, cats seem to like the life. If you're heading to foreign countries, be sure to check out the requirements first. Cats are allowed many places where it's difficult to take dogs because of the quarantine requirements. Self-quarantining cats on board is much easier. But make sure you know the regulations and have your paperwork in order. Check out Noonsite. They give all of the information on such things. Okay, let's talk about two things here. First, I want to talk about storing dry cat food. Absolutely, it needs to be put into airtight plastic containers. Even the bags that haven't been opened need to be in airtight containers because of the humidity of the marine environment. Airtight storage also keeps bugs out of it. You really don't want the bugs. The food itself will just get stale if you don't keep it airtight. The other thing, and this is one I'd never thought about, really, since I don't have a cat litter is designed to absorb moisture very quickly, and that means it'll pick it up just as quickly in the bag from the air as it does in the litter box. So not only do you have to keep food in airtight containers, you need to keep the litter in airtight containers. It's particularly true if you have litter that's made of wheat, corn, pine, other plant-based things, since they tend to also be feeding grounds for bugs, and so keeping them in airtight containers also keeps the bugs out. Lots and lots of good sources online for having a cat on board, and a number of those are listed in today's show notes. We hope that this has been helpful to you, at least answering a few of the most common questions about how you have a cat on board. Just so you know, you can also look online. There's a few people who have trained their cats to actually use the toilet, and they've gotten rid of the litter box total. That is another good possible option for you. But please be sure to subscribe to the Boat Galley Podcast if you found this and our other podcasts useful. And also tell your friends about us if you like it. Thanks a million.
Slow down.